The next election in Israel could become one of the most important political battles the country has seen in years. Not just because of the war in Gaza or tensions across the region, but because two of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's biggest rivals, Naftali Bennett and Yair Lapid, say they're joining forces to try to remove him from power. Their parties will merge into a new political alliance called Together, with Bennett as its leader. The reason behind this merger is to unite Israel's fragmented opposition and challenge Netanyahu's coalition government in the election expected later this year. But the alliance also raises an important question. If Netanyahu loses power, how different would Israeli policy actually look? To understand that, let's look at who these three politicians are. Netanyahu is Israel's longest serving prime minister and currently leads the most right wing government in the country's history. His coalition includes ultra nationalist and religious parties that strongly support the war on Gaza and oppose Palestinian statehood. Since the October 7, 2023 Hamas attack, Netanyahu has framed the war as an existential fight for Israel's security. His government has rejected international calls for a permanent ceasefire and has pushed for continued military operations in Gaza. But Bennett and Lapid, despite now working together, come from very different parts of Israeli politics. Naftali Bennett, who will lead the new alliance, is himself a right-wing nationalist politician. He previously led the settler movement and has openly opposed the creation of a Palestinian state. On Gaza, Bennett has argued for even tougher military actions in the past and said Israel must eliminate Hamas completely. In other words, on security in Gaza, Bennett is not necessarily more moderate than Netanyahu, and in some cases has taken even harder positions. Lapid, however, comes from the political center, a former television news anchor who briefly served as prime minister in 2022. He represents Israel's secular middle class and has generally taken a more diplomatic tone internationally. Lapid still supports Israel's military campaign in Gaza, but he has been more open to working with international partners and has criticized Netanyahu's handling of the war and its political fallout. So while the two leaders share a goal of defeating Netanyahu, they represent different political currents inside Israel. That makes their alliance both strategic and fragile. And it's also not the first time they have tried this. In 2021, Bennett and Lapid formed a coalition that ended Netanyahu's 12-year run in power. But that government lasted only 18 months before collapsing. Netanyahu returned to office in 2022, forming a coalition that shifted Israeli politics sharply to the right. But the Hamas attack in October 2023 and the wars that followed have badly damaged Netanyahu's reputation as Israel's ultimate security leader. Polls since then have suggested he could struggle in the next election. One recent survey projected Netanyahu's Likud party winning 25 seats in Israel's 120-seat parliament. Bennett's party was close behind with 21 seats, making him the strongest challenger. Lapid's party, meanwhile, has weakened significantly, falling at around 7 seats, down from the 24 it currently holds. That decline helps explain the new alliance. By merging their parties, Bennett and Lapid hope to consolidate opposition votes instead of splitting them. But Israeli elections are rarely decided by the biggest party alone. Governments are formed through coalitions, meaning the real challenge is assembling a majority in parliament, and that requires allies. So even if Netanyahu's support falls, the opposition still needs enough partners to form a government, which is why this alliance is less about ideology and more about strategy.